Howdy homies, today I want to share with you one of my favorite hot tent hacks ever, how to make the perfect pole every time. But first, why? What's the point of making a pole and field? And for me it comes down to a few simple things. You're going to save weight by making a pole and field that's already there, you're going to save space by not carrying the pole in your pack, and you're going to make your tent stronger. Now it's really important to know and understand that the weakest points of these teepee style tents are the stakeout points and the pole. You can significantly increase your tent's ability to withstand a snow load by making your own pole and taking it even a step further and making your own stakes. So I'm going to set the tent up right here behind me. Now normally what I would do is first I would select a site and then I would pack it down with my snowshoes. Now we've recently had a pretty significant ice storm and our snow is fairly deep, but it's rock solid. I'm not going to pack out an area because it's pointless. But normally what I would do first is find the spot, pack it out. Now once it's packed out, you want to give the area some time to settle and harden. And while that's taking place, is a really good time to start collecting wood, making a pole and some stakes. Now about poles. The least impactful way to go about it is to walk around in the woods and find a nice size, good strong, dead branch that's gonna work. However, a pole made from a green tree is going to be much, much stronger and more capable than a dead one. Now I'm not saying that you need to always use a green pole, because that's not necessarily true, but if you know that your tent is in for a whooping and there's a big huge storm coming, you're going to get snow dumped on you or some serious winds or whatnot, you might want to consider trying to find a green pole that maybe it's going to die anyway, maybe the competition around it is snuffing it out, whatever reason that it may be, and however you need to justify it to make it justifiable. I know there's a lot of people that would freak out, say don't go into the woods and cut down a green tree, and you know what, to a degree they're right. So that's just something to keep in mind. You know, a dead branch will work, but they have a much greater tendency of snapping, and if your pole snaps with a snow load, who knows what that branch is going to do and where it's going to go, and it could be potentially very dangerous. Just food for thought. The green pole is going to take a much stronger weight load. That said, we've got some snow coming this evening and I'm on my own property right now. My daughter and I are going to do some camping out in the snow. We're going to give it a go, so I'm really excited about that. And this tree right here is in the wrong spot. It's going away anyway, so this is the tree that I'm using to set up the tent tonight. Alright, here's how I do it. It's really simple. This is the method that I've taken to. On every single one of my hot tents, what I do is I get this piece of cord. I've got two knots, one right there and one right there, and the distance in between is exactly the length that I need. Now I do this with every single one of my tents now. It is a system that I've used in the past and it works extremely well. Not only does this give me the length that I need for my pole, but if for some reason, for whatever reason, if I might need some paracord, well, at least I have a little bit to work with. Now once the tree is cut, I put a groove in the bottom of the pole. This creates a guide and support for the string, easily allowing me to pull the measurements that I need to cut the pole. It's pretty slick. It works really well. And there's more than enough left to that tree to make multiple stakes. Now I simply just round off the top of the pole. We don't want any sharp, pokey edges damaging our tent. And another thing I like to do is take an old glove and I'll put it at the bottom of the pole on the snow. And that's all it takes. This will support an ungodly amount of weight while preventing the pole from sinking into the snow. It's lightweight, there's no fussing around with looking for wood or something else to use to support the pole, and it works. Now there are certainly other ways to go about it. For example, the tent that I'm using tonight, I know that the peak height is 5 foot 2 inches. I also know that when I'm in my winter gear and in my winter boots, 5 foot 2 inches is right about the tip of my nose. But it gives me extra cord in case I need it, and this method can be applied to any size tent. So 6 foot tent, 8 foot tent, 4 foot tent, whatever it may be, whatever tent you have, just use an extra piece of cord, tie out those knots, and you're good to go. And that is one of my favorite hot tent hacks. Saves pack weight, saves space, makes your tent stronger. It's an all-around win. It's one of my favorites. It's a really good, solid go-to method that works every time. Give it a shot. Let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for supporting the channel. My name is Justin, and I'll talk to you next time.